Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Angela, the traveling crafter, and today I am here with something a little bit different. We're going to save the angel babies. And we're going to do a little assemblage. In this episode, we're going to work on this sweet little angel. So I'm going to put, she's actually a bell, a little Lufton bell, but she's got some boo-boos. So I think this one will work on our next assemblage. I promised that I would do this video, and I hope that you enjoy it. Like I said, it's a little bit different, but it is an art project, a little DIY. And before we get started and go any further, you know that I really appreciate every single one of you. I especially appreciate your kind comments that you always have, that you hang out with us, with Carol and I and Sandy on our live sales, and just your ongoing support. It means a lot. Why do I keep saying because it's early and I haven't had enough coffee yet. Yes, what we're gonna do is we're gonna transform this angel baby into something wonderful. Now, she's got lots of issues. Her guitar is, or banjo, or whatever this thing is, she gone. She is not only broke right here, but look, a very bad angel wing repair. But we are not going to worry about this. We're saving her from a destination that may not have ended well. She is a little made in Japan piece, and I just thought she was cute. She probably came in a set with more than one angel, and somehow she didn't make the cut. But assemblage, what is it? Well, I don't know if I'm saying this exactly how it is, but it's basically a work of art where you are using found or otherwise unrelated items in creating something into something new. And that's what we're going to do. So let me give you a couple examples of some of these. These are on the Maker's Market. So this one is just an old cinnamon, Ann Page cinnamon jar. I think it still has the cinnamon in it. This piece was something that I got in Happy Mail from Carol, along with a bunch of other little fun bits and bobs that I love. These are mercury glass bulbs, and this is just a little vintage. This would have been a cake topper. Some vintage tinsel on the top and the bottom. And so there is that one. This one is, as of today, it's not on the Maker's Market, but it will be. I'll do that later. This was just a piece. It had like a souvenir logo on the front, and it was gold, and it wasn't very attractive. And the back was just clear. So I stuffed this full of 17 full cards of buttons, and then did a little assemblage. These were my great-grandma's. This was something I had in my stash that I had made. This is a thimble. This was a digital, I'm not sure from what, but that's just another idea of what that looks like, or what something like that will, what this is going to turn into, if I will. And then this one is one of my favorite. This is an Edward Mobley squeak toy from the 50s. And she had seen her better days. You can't see it, but her little foot back here had a hole in it. Like some child must just gnawed away at it. So she didn't have a squeaker, and she needed some help, but she was too cute to just discard. So she is my Tangled and Tinsel baby. And this is a vintage wreath. Again, the mercury balls. This was on the wreath already, so I left it. A vintage pipe cleaner, candy cane, some more shiny brights, and Christmas bulbs. And that is that little one. So I just wanted to give you an idea of what we're aspiring to. Now, I've never done one of these on camera, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but we're just gonna roll with it. And of course, as soon as I start, Ruby decides that she needs to make herself known. So I have this little piece of vintage tinsel, and because she has some wing issues, I was thinking we could make this kind of like a, just kind of tack it on there. And that's what we're going to do. Whoa, what was that? And I had a good idea at one point, but I don't remember what it was. So we're just going to roll with it. But I'm just going to, hopefully my glue's hot. Do that there and that there. And we just want to make sure that this is going to stay. I know this is going to be a little hard to see. I put down this is just an old dish towel that I use for a lot of my DIY crafts. And the reason I did that is because, well, A, I warped my cutting mat, and B, these are fragile. And so I don't want to knock it over and, do more damage to her than has already been done. Okay, so that's on there pretty good. I think I might, just for the sake of a little extra, sometimes this vintage, just so you know, this vintage tinsel will actually melt. Like you'll put glue on it and it'll just like shrivel up. All right, that'll be good for right now. So that's what we have at the moment. I'm going to set her aside for a second. Now my thought was, I want her to, this isn't going to be in the Maker's Market. This is actually a gift. So I want this to be not necessarily Christmassy. I want it to be more of kind of something that could be, if someone wanted to, up all year long. So I'm thinking about putting her on a spool because I think it would be cute. However, if I put her on the spool like that, we got lots of opportunity for it to fall over. So what I did is I just used my circle punch and used a piece of cardboard. I already signed it on the bottom. And I think this is going to be our base so that we can put this on it, and then she can be on top of here. And then that gives us a little bit of height. She will now be, let's see, by adding that, she will now be about 8.5 inches tall. So I'm liking that. See, she's even got goobers there. I don't know what that is, but we're just going to leave it. So let's address this. I have the, let's see. I had this because I want to use some pinks. I want to make it a little kind of shabby-esque. And so I'm just going to kind of go like that and then wrap it. I'm going to tack it here. Yeah, this is a stretch in my comfort zone, because usually when I do these, they take me a long time to do because I mess around with things and move them around. So I'm like, well, I don't know how this is going to roll, but we're going to do it. Okay, so I like how that is, but I also got out, I thought about using this to tie, this to tie a little bit around it. And maybe we will do that, but I also have, I have this big pink rickrack and I have baby rickrack. So let's just see what we think, if either of these will be okay. So let's just put it like this. Now I have to hold it up like that. Okay, that's that one. Let's try this one. It's not even open. So I hope you guys are having a good day. I think this is going to air on a Tuesday. So thank you, by the way, for all of the participation in the Deck the Halls playing card swap that we're doing for the month of December. It's been awesome. I have one more video to do to finish my series of videos. So you should have seen the first one, and they all have the same thumbnail. They just have a different episode number, in case you're wondering. And so I've done, goodness gracious. Here we go. So I've done all of them except the final one. Let's see. I think I'm going to like this on here better. I mean, I don't want to take away totally from the spool. I don't know. Maybe I do like this one better. Let me see something. We're going to go with this bigger one. You know, we're just going to do it. We're just going to do it. Now, I didn't get out. And let me see if I can find it. That little bugger gets lost all the time. I see it. I just don't know if I can reach it. But because this is, because it frays, we're going to, what I call, sear the edges. Just so it doesn't move. All right, now I need to decide where I want the front, and I think I want it right there. So I'm going to take a little dot of glue, a very small dot of glue, and I'm going to make it so that the seam is not in the front. And then and I've said this before, when you work with a glue gun, your dollar store, Dollar Tree, General, what's that place called? Dollar General. Ooh, that's a little too much. Have those little silicone pieces that you can put on your finger, and it saves you from getting your flanges burnt. I'm going to be crazy and take a risk today. Because it's hard for me to work on these kind of things with those on my hands. It's just the way it is. Well, I'm trying to decide how I want that so it doesn't look. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right, now she can sit on there when we're ready. This will sit on here. Now we got to address this. So, well, I was thinking we would use this as a base, but I also thought this would be really cute around it too, just to kind of shabby chic it up. So I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just doing it. I'm starting with this because it's a little bit. Because all this is just a little wooden piece of cardboard. And all I'm doing is just touching this to it, barely. And I'll go back when I'm all done and inspect it for, I'll get as many spider webs as I can off there, the little glue. I call them spider webs, but you know what they are. So when I do these, well, first of all, I have a lot of these little supplies. So I have two different, I have the winter and Christmas ones, and then I have the spring and, you know, summer ones. I need to build up my stash of Valentine's, because I really like to do the Valentine's one, but I don't have a lot of Valentine-esque supplies. I also like to do 4th of July, one of my favorite holidays, but I don't have a lot of that either. All right, so the reason I'm doing this is because once we decide, I'm going to put this on here just like this for a minute, because I think I want it here. I think I want this in the middle. But we're going to have to decide. We need some other things in here because I'm not going to like... You know what? No, I don't. I don't want to leave this all blank in there. Do I have... Hold on. Let me go get some more of this really quick. And it's just right up here. Right outside my door. I'm thinking that might be a good way to cover it. And maybe we won't use the silver and that. My worry is I don't think I want it that thick. So perhaps we'll just do little sprigs of it. This is really messy, by the way. Just to kind of cover it up. See what I'm saying? All right, let's just put this on because I know I want that. And then we can fix all the rest of it. This is one of those you'll probably see it shrink. So you just kind of have to hold it there for a second. I was lucky this summer. If you watched the 170-mile yard sale that Dave and I went on, I scored a bunch of vintage Christmas. And in one of the boxes that had the vintage ornaments in it, there were a bunch of things like just right up my alley for doing assemblage. So that worked out well. I kind of was able to build up my stash, but it was mostly Christmas. I don't have as much Easter either, but I have some. All right, we'll set that aside. Now, technically, nope, that's way too much. Okay, so here was my thought with her. Now, let's see. Can we just... We'll want this in there first. I think I'm just going to put this on, and then we'll deal with filler. It's kind of like if you plant gardens, you know, the thriller, the filler. How does that go? I don't know, but it's kind of the same thing. Your main subject, this is your thriller, and then you have all of your filler. Oh, spiller. That's what it is for. We don't really need any spillers, but that's what they say when you're planting pots. Okay, let's leave that like it is right now. Now for her, what did I have in mind? I feel like, well, I have all of these, this whole thing of button cards, and I want to use these. And my thought was to put them kind of here, willy-nilly. Maybe I need more. I don't know. But it's kind of got a sewing, it's like a sewing angel. Oh, no. There we go. So we want to use those for sure. But, and I also thought I had this little bird. And because her little broken wing, I thought this little bird would be cute, like sitting there on her shoulder. Let's see if I can get this. Kind of telling her a secret, I believe. That's what she's going to be doing. Oops. Give her a little kiss on the cheeky. We're going to keep him there for a second. Make sure that's going to stay. I'm going to pop a tiny bit behind him just to kind of get that. There we go. On this, what was I thinking? I was thinking I might use a Christmas tree, but I'm not seeing that I brought. So here's an example of, like, there's all of this stuff in here. What is that? Oh, it's a person. It's an angel. That doesn't look very good, but it's cute. I like the pink. That's an angel. Do I have another Christmas tree? Because my thought was, no, was that my thought? I don't know. I've got a couple of these little guys to play with. I brought the trees because I was thinking we could somehow, I don't want them straight. And I have this. I know you guys can't see that very well. I have these. I want to have buttons too. All right, let me just hold that. What was I going to do here? I must have been going to put, there we go. That's better. Let's see if I can squish this flat. Hold on, I'm going to take off. I pop the bottom off of it. And oops, well, that's she gone. I don't know. I don't know that that's what I wanted there. I'm going to go ahead. You know, it would be kind of kind of cute. If I could get that like a needle. And then she's holding the needle, maybe two. I don't know where this just came into my head, but let's just see. Let's see, do I have a pink button? A big pink button. Ooh, I have a huge pink button. Will this work? See, this is why I say I've never done this before on camera. Oh, and I got this one too. All right, let's see. Because remember, her little guitar, banjo, mandolin, whatever it's called, is she gone. And I got that pretty one too. All right, what if we put the needle there and make sure that the whole thing is showing, and then we could put, oh, for goodness sakes, just do it. I'll be able to pull it off a little bit if I, okay, now I want it to, I'm going to use my right hand. Just sit like that, but I want it to show. I think that'll work. If I don't like it, well, I need to put a new glue stick. Where's my... I'll lay her down so you guys can look at her. We're really going to need to make sure this button is got a lot of glue on it. Oh, it's kind of funny. But remember, it's a sewing theme. Okay, I need to put a little dab of doomy. And hold it again. Because she wants to move. Oh, I got another idea. What if we put a little bit of string and just let it be dangling like it's threads of life? I don't know. I'm just making this up as we go. Do we want to add those two on there just to add it? Yep, we do. Oops, is that going to work? No. Man, it sticks right on there as soon as you do it. Okay, you hopefully will go right on the top. Kind of funny, but kind of cute. All right, I'm going to lay you down. I'm going to turn around here and grab some thread or embroidery things. What color do we need? Oh, we have some pink because we want it to kind of stand out. It might be too dark. Here we go. Yes, that will work. And now this is going to be fun. I'm going to do a big long piece of it until I decide what I want to do with it. Oh, maybe I shouldn't put it on yet. But my thought is this, and then we'll do something with it. Okay, we'll leave it. I'm totally taking all my my pins from my stash, but I also have this. And maybe, let me, oh, and I got this. I need you to come down here, though. I'm going to pop this off the bottom. Ooh. There we go. That's what we want. Yes, ma'am. See, this is an example of what I'm talking about. You stay there. And this one, I'm just going to put, ooh, hold on. That got on my button. I need to wipe this off real quick. There we go. Just a dot. Our little sewing angel. Okay. That works. Here's what we got so far. Now, we need to decide where we want. I almost think that maybe these little, yeah, I think these need to go behind here instead of up above her. So she kind of towers above it. See what I'm saying? Okay. So in order to do that, we're going to have to put her on her base. It's all about the base. I don't know why I sing that song every single time I say the word. All right, we're going to hold you in place for a second. Now, one of the things that I thought is, do you see where that icky piece is? I was thinking that that needs to be covered up. All right, Well, you look pretty cute like that. All right, let's put these behind it. Decide where we want them. See, this is where it gets a little dicey. I need to take this. There's one little, there we go. And this just takes it just kind of a little fiddly. I'm thinking I could also, once I get this on, I could put some buttons back on it. Let's just go like that. Okay, well, is that going to stay in there? Yes. All right, so let's lay you down. And we're just going to pop a little bit of glue just to keep these three together. And I'm going to pop a little bit on the other side. All right. Now, kids, I'm going to do this. I'm going to bend this card and this card just a tidge. Make sure it fits down in there. It does. And then I'm going to glue on that so that it fits right in here and won't move. But I got to hold it. Oh my gosh, I like this. Are you sticking? Put us another spot of glue down there. Okay, it's looking all right there. All right, now I have this, which I could anchor back here and towards the back if I want. And I have these little trees. Okay, you need to go on back there. I wonder if I could put this one. Let's see where that stands if I... need another silver one. It doesn't matter. It's not hiding that. Did I have a solution for that? That looks funny out there. You know what? What about... Oh, I could add flowers. Hang on. Let's just pop these off of there. I only have 2 though, it looks like. But I could do 2. There we go. We could use that. All right, let's see. Do we want... I think I need to take this off, even though... Well, let's see. This one's already off. So we kind of do that. Little button, probably. I'm just doing it because I am not going to be able to deal with that. I don't know what it is. But I couldn't get it off, so. I don't know. I'm almost wondering if I need, if I had something little. Or let's see, let's get one of these two. And if I put this here, like that, and maybe look at that just staying right there. Maybe I don't need the trees at all. Let's just put this one on there. It's going to fall off as soon as I do this, probably. There we go. Let's look at what we got here. Oh, I got a tiny, itsy bitsy tiny one. Yes, and it's kind of clear. Let's make sure there's no other ones that I like better. Ooh, there's a pearl one. We'll use you. All right, let's do the silver here. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking no. I'm kind of thinking ditch the trees, add, I could either do one of two things. I could add another one of these in here. No, I don't like that. I could, where's that little piece that I cut off? Back here. Let's get all you trees out of the way. Maybe just a little bit there. Yeah. No, we'll do that. Okay. Let's get you. Ah! Can you see that melting? This is moving. I need to get... You need to stay. You're not staying. There we go. Just got to hold that for a second. So you have to let me know what you think. What you thought of this little project. All right, I'm going to hold this up so I can look at it. Okay, this definitely needs, I think we're going to have to do the tree. But I'm going to fill another tiny little piece of this in. And I'll be sweeping for the next week. That other piece that I had earlier must have fallen on the floor. Just to cover that little bit. Okay, I'm going to lay her down for a second because this needs something over here. I like the idea of putting that in here and kind of having it come down somehow. I don't think I'm going to put any buttons on the cards. But this, I think I'm going to have to add them. Yeah. It needs it. Because of that. What do you call it? The dangly button out there. A little lone guy. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of glue behind that button so I can get it to stick to it. Stay right there. I know I'm very quiet. Okay. And now you can go right there. We'll hold this down. Do. Stuck down. I put a little bit behind here. So it stays next to that spool. I feel like I want a tiny piece of, like one of those thin, really thin piece of ribbon with a tiny little bow right there, but I'll have to do that off camera because I don't have any of that handy. Okay, let's try this and see what happens. I'm going to make this pretty long. These, by the way, I keep because I use them for risers, so I don't throw them away. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to... Am I? I can't do this when I'm holding the dang needle, let alone when it's on the angel. But I didn't want it to get in the way. Okay, now I want to sear this end too. All right, now let's see. Ooh, that stunk. I'm thinking if I do want this or not. I kind of like it. I don't know why, but I do. Let's just pretend here for a second we tuck this in and around in there. I pull down on these, just, I don't want them to look like they're wrinkly from being on that spool. Oh, I could use this whole spool. The spool's bad though. Or the paper spool. Ugh. That's not where I wanted that. Shoot. Hang on. I'm just going to get those to stick to that. All right. And I'm just going to tap just a tiny bit, not even really anything much. Right there, right back there. And then I need to kind of wiggle it. Right there. Oh yeah, and I like that sticking up like that. Just a little bit up there. Hang on, I gotta get my finger out of the way. I want it to stick out, but not that much. There we go. All right, I think if I add a little ribbon there, it will be perfect. And I'm gonna add a little button there just to kind of pull this and this together so it all, this honestly could use, that just kind of gets lost back there, but that's the way it's going to be. All right, well, there we have it. She is done, and she's going to go off to a new home. You'll have to let me know what you thought. So I'll lay her down while I put these away. I will be back with one more where we work on the little cute little Lefton girl, Belle, and turn her into something lovely. And then you guys can let me know. Do you want to see more of these kind of projects? Not necessarily assemblage, but more DIY projects in addition, just to mix it up a little bit? Or do you want me just to stick to the paper crafting? Until next time, friends, remember to take time to just be, and we will see you soon. Thanks for hanging out with me. Cheers.